Well, he's one of Australia's best chefs with a love for great Aussie produce, and what's more Aussie than a fresh and zesty barramundi? Well, culinary director from Iceberg's Dining Room and Bar, Alex Pritchard, joins us now with his culinary creation. Alex, you're such an amazing cook, so I am trying to soak everything in. Barramundi. If I tried to do that, I would just burn the hell out of it. How have you managed to make it crispy without burning it?
Thank you so much, Mon. Well, look, there's a couple points of difference here. It's not the usual barramundi. So this is an incredible line-caught barramundi from Chris Bolton up on the Great Barrier Reef. Chris is actually the first fisherman in Australia to be granted a commercial licence to line-catch barramundi.
Wow.
So to start with, it's incredible. It's absolutely completely different to any barramundi you've ever had before. And then the other key to it...
What, tastier?
Tastier, cleaner flavour. The biggest thing is handled better. So most barramundi is caught in gill nets. It's left out in the ocean for ages. Chris catches it, one line, one hook, one reel, and then puts it on a plane straight down from Cairns to us here.
Okay. What's the cost differential on that? Is it,
look, it costs a little bit more, definitely, but the flavour profile and also the sustainability is the biggest factor for us. It's making sure that this is here for generations to come.
Yep.
That's the important bit.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you look for when you're down the markets, just quickly?
So, look, it depends on what you're after. Look, generally, I love a reef fish. Anything from up in Queensland's phenomenal. The other thing I love at the moment going into winter is any tuna from Ulladulla. So down the south coast, I live on the south coast, luckily. Any tuna from down there is phenomenal. It also, the tuna at the moment happens to be what we're serving this with in the restaurant. So this is like a salsa verde or a salmorejo. So it's basically just like a kind of herb dressing we make with a bunch of different herbs, garlic, anchovies, some chilli.
Okay, well, we're going to put you under pressure now. You've got like a minute and a half.
Yeah, beautiful. So look, hot pan is absolutely key. A bit of beautiful olive oil, and we'll season the fish up a little bit too. And then the other thing that's really, really important, especially when cooking fish in a pan, look, you can cook it however you'd like, but I like to think that a bit of weight on the top, especially when you're cooking something in a pan, is really, really crucial. So
if we don't have a fancy weight, what can we use?
So another pan. So you can grab like another pan or a little pot with a little bit of water. You don't want it so heavy that it's absolutely crushing the thing, but you just want enough weight on there. So you know when you put a bit of fish on the grill and it kind of curls up? You want to avoid that curl, and that's how you get that kind of even caramelisation.
Okay, and what have we got here?
So in here, we've got a bunch of different herbs. So we've got some mint, some parsley, some tarragon, and then some garlic, chilli, anchovy and capers. And look, the thing I love about this kind of salsa verde recipe is you can do whatever you'd like with it. You know, during winter, you can do a bunch of hard herbs. So you can get some rosemary, some oregano, things like that. You can blend it all up with garlic, chilli, anchovy, and you can kind of then just leave it in the freezer or the fridge even, and you can use that to marinate meat, serve with fish.
Could you just keep that in the fridge then?
It'll last months. So usually when I'm cleaning out the garden, it kind of going into winter and halfway through spring, I'll just
pick... You've got grass clippings, but you know, you actually want to use...
Look, it depends on what flavour you're after. But yeah, you can basically just throw anything in here, make up a huge batch of it, leave it in the fridge, and it's that kind of go-to marinade for when people come over. You know, works great on chicken, fish, meat, anything.
And with the fish, mate, is there, for idiots like me, is there a timing limit here, or have you got to actually watch for signs of
Look, you've got to watch it. What you really want to kind of dial in on is that caramelisation around the base there. And you obviously don't want to burn it, but you really want to kind of crisp up that skin, turn it over, and you don't want to caramelise the flesh at all. That's when it ends up that kind of chewy texture. The other thing a lot of people forget about with fish is actually letting it rest. Similar to meat, you really want to be able to let fish rest for a little while.
What, for the same mistake, half the time it cooks?
Yep, exactly right.
So and how you plate it up. So, yes, I'm very impressed. Well done. Because he makes it look fancy.
So...
Oh, no, not both sides. Did you do the other side?
I turned it over, but that's the key. You don't want it too hot. So if it's too hot, you'll kind of end up caramelising that flesh, and that's what you really want to avoid. And that little crack there of the caramelised skin, that's what we're after.
That looks just stunning.
Well, it looks absolutely delicious. And speaking of delicious, it is Delicious Month out. You've been promoting local produce, local restaurants, which is what you talked about this morning with the line-caught barramundi earlier. You can find the full recipe over on the Sunrise website. You can also head over to the Delicious website for more fun ways to use Aussie-grown produce or support a local restaurant. How yum does that look? Alex, you're amazing.
Yeah, stick around for us, mate.